Good morning, everyone. It is Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It is Tuesday, September 24th, and oh my goodness, we woke up to a clearance rack refresh. What? It is amazing, you guys. Have you checked it out yet? There's so much in that clearance rack refresh today. Go check it out. Like very vanilla thick cardstock, very vanilla envelopes. What are Stampin' Up! Thinking? I'm going to miss those. But you know what? You can, if you love very vanilla and you love cardstock, we have the regular size cardstock, right? The regular, thickness of cardstock, but the thick, they've retired it and it is on the clearance rack, as well as like list pages and pages of things. The very vanilla envelopes, if you love those, if you use very vanilla on your cards, it's always nice to have a matching envelope. So go over and stock those up. And just looking at my screen here off to the side, and they are only $7.05 in Canada. The regular price is, hold on now, just the regular price, I can't see that far away, is $14.75. No, $11.75. Isn't that amazing? Oh my gosh, yes. The clearance rack is 9 pages. Yes, Barbara. 9 pages long, you guys. Go over, check it out. You guys know that the clearance rack is available. The items there are only available while supplies last. There's some amazing designer series paper, embellishments, ribbon, what else? There's marker packs. You know, if last year we did Stampin' Up! Did a color refresh, and if you had the regular markers and you just wanted to do a refresh on your markers, you can get, excuse me, you can get the core markers now. They're marked down on the clearance rack. Oh my gosh, what else did I buy today? I placed a big order this morning because I couldn't resist on those amazing embellishments, the ribbon, the baker's twine, the paper, the vanilla envelopes, the vanilla cardstock. Okay, I could talk all day about this clearance rack refresh. They have knocked it out of the park. So head over to my online store and grab your items before they're gone. Don't wait until tonight. These things are flying off the shelf, and I have my computer in front of me, so that's why I'm able to tell you that they're still available. It'll come up on the screen and it'll say currently unavailable if it's sold out, right? So use the search bar. I'm so impressed with what Stampin' Up! Has done with the website and the search bar. Like, even if you don't know the item code, don't worry about the code. Go up to the search bar at the top, type in, for example, just type in vanilla. I heard Rose say something about vanilla envelopes and cardstock. What is on sale? You type in the word vanilla and you hit the little microscope, or not microscope, that's the lab tech in me, the magnifying glass, and then the system will find all the vanilla things and put them right in front of you. And then you can just like hop along and pick which one you want. Even the clearance rack stuff, it all pops up there, right? You can type in the word marker, you can type in the word punch, everything comes up. I love the search menu. So use it. Let me know if you find that helpful. And good luck with your order. Have fun picking those great deals, right? There's nobody loves a better deal than I do. Like, I am definitely a shopper. And why would you, there's that thumbs up again. Why would you pay regular price if you don't have to, right? And some of this paper, I mean, there are some celebration paper, like the Trusty Tools, for example. If you missed out on that paper during Celebration, you know it wasn't available after Celebration was over. Now, they have put it on the clearance rack so everybody can buy it at a discount. So anyway, that's just one of the packs of paper. I mean, it's epic. All right. So there we go. Checked the rack this morning. Yep, everybody is shopping. Yes. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mary Ellen. Hello, Diane. Hi, Janet. Hello, Kathy. Excuse me. Hi, Joy. Hello, Wendy. I don't know why I still have this like lingering, like annoying cough that pops up, you know, like when I'm talking. Isn't that weird? Maybe I should just stop talking. Or maybe I should just drown it with some more coffee, right? All right, let's get started. We are going to case the catalog today. So moving on with my apologies, you guys. Autumn Expressions. Autumn Expressions, oh my gosh, that frame the frame that die, the double frame die, the more I use it, the more I fall in love with it. It's like any stamp set, right? If you buy a new bundle or a stamp set, use it, get it out, put some ink on it. That's when you really see the true value and the true beauty of the Stampin' Up! Products, is when you actually use them. I see your likes and your thumbs up. I know you guys agree with me. So don't just buy a stamp set and like kind of put it on your shelf and just think about it, right? I've done that. I sit upstairs sometimes on my couch with my tea and I think about, oh, what can I make with that stamp set? But I don't come out with anything just sitting on the couch. Once I come down here and I actually get the stamp set and put it in front of me, then I'm motivated. It's like, oh. And if I'm really stuck, my mojo is lapsing, I pull out the catalog. Okay, and that's what we're going to do today. We are going to pull out the catalog and we're going to make a card from the catalog. Hello, Margaret. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Tanya. Hello, hello. Thank you all for being here with me. All right, let's get started on this fun card. Hello, Shelly. Hi, Marie from Cloudy and Chilly, Montreal. You already ordered from the clearance rack this morning. Some amazing deals. Yes, indeed, there are amazing deals. I love a good deal, and I stocked up this morning as well. I'm super excited. Okay, let's flip the camera and make this fun card. Here we go. We're going to flip and point you down at my work surface. And that's not my work surface. That's my ceiling. Let's try that again. Oh, boy. It's a Tuesday. Got a couple of little leaves on my... or little dies on my desk here. I'm going to bring in the dies and the stamps, and we're going to play today. Okay, so we play with stuff every day, right? So my bundle of the week is Autumn Expressions. Okay, in Canada, 164056. It's $70 for the bundle, so you get all the stamps that you see here on my screen, and you also get the amazing dies. Let's put these two back. Set of 8. Do I have them all? Let's see, 2, 4, 6. Yes, I have all of them, set of 8. This is the star of the show with this one. I've never seen a die quite like this one. And I have been playing with it a lot, and I'm so in love with it. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of that. We're going to stamp, and we're going to die cut with that. And what else are we going to do? We're going to do a little stamping on some scrap paper. And let's bring in some pieces here. So I have Old Olive Crushed Curry and Cajun Craze, traditional fall colors, right? So we're going to do a little tone-on-tone stamping. And actually, I am a huge fan of, even with cling mount. So cling mount is our red rubber, right? So this is a cling mount stamp set. And we've got, from the dies, we've got these two here that I'm going to play with today. And I'm going to do double, okay? I'm going to cut these in double so I save myself time. I love saving time. We don't have enough time in the day to do everything, especially creative things, right? How many of you have a wish list or a project list a mile long and you're like, when am I going to have time to do this? So if I can give you time-saving tips, I'm all about that, right? So these are the two. I'm going to double cut these so that we get 2 of the wheatgrass, and we're going to get 2 of these leaves here. All right, so let's do that first. Yeah, and then I can put my machine away, maybe. We'll see. I might have something else that I need to die cut. We'll see, but let's try that. And I got my little mini boss in front of me. The mini boss is an awesome addition to my craft room that sits on the corner of my table. It is such a good little size machine. It's actually, if you've never got a mini boss yet, you should grab one because the sides fold up. This is the boho blue version. You can get a white as well. But look at this. It's the size of my hand. Like, isn't that amazing? Like, that can go in your purse. I know some of us ladies have really big purses. You can carry this thing around anywhere you want to go, right? I'm going to use my gray platform number 3. I find this one is my key to getting good die cuts. Use your gray platform. Gray platform number 3, number 2, and then I also like to put my dies face up whenever I can. I get a good clean cut when I put them face up. Let's put the leaf right here, and we'll put these 2 pieces of Cajun Craze face up. All right, so then I put the top plate on, and we'll push it in until it engages with the roller. Now, here's a little tip. When you push it in, if you're wondering, is it engaged? Do you see how my handle is just like moving a little bit? That's a little hint to me that yes, it is engaging. So then I'm going to take my thumb, keep it on the bottom, pressure, reach my fingers across the top, and then once it engages with the rollers, I can lift my hand and roll it through. Easy, easy, easy peasy. I have a lot of ladies that have ordered the Mini Boss thinking that their grandchildren would like it. And then they come back to me and they're like, oh my goodness, I love it. It's handy. It's just so handy to have this little machine. Let me know in the comments, do you have one of these little Mini Bosses? Do you love it? Okay, so I've got 2 of the Cajun Craze leaves. We've got our wheatgrass in both crushed curry. Oh, that one didn't, oh no, that's how it looks. Well, look at that. I was looking at it, I'm like, why has it got a straight edge? But I think that's just how it is. Let's look at the die. Yeah, there is like a straight edge on one side. All right, put the dies back. Always important, put your dies back. And then we're going to do some stamping. Okay, so let's bring in the leaf and the wheatgrass like that. And just looking at your comments. Cost me a fortune, but I'm worth it. Oh yeah. Yes, I know. Sometimes those good deals, you just can't pass them up, right? And you know that you're going to use that stuff. So it is a really good deal. Now I left my stamps with ink on them. Isn't that terrible? I was in a rush yesterday. I had to go out and pick up my daughter and I left these here with ink on them. Oh, I'm sure maybe you've done that. Have you done that? I've definitely done that many times. Okay, so crushed curry, old olive, and Cajun Craze. Let's get the coordinating colors. So crushed curry, Cajun Craze, and old olive. Here we go. All right, so here's my favorite way I love to get my die cutting done first. And I'm going to ink up my stamps. And we're going to make a little sandwich here. Lay that down so it's pointing up. Take my die and we're going to lay that very gently on top. And then I'm going to grab another block and press down. Even pressure. The second block is clean and it just, it's just for pressure. So there we have our first leaf, and then we'll go ahead and get more ink and we'll do this little sandwich thingy again. And we'll just come in here and lay it on top. And then tap, tap, tap. Nope, we're not tap, tapped. That's on the ink pad. Pardon me. We're just even pressure. One long hold. Okay, so there's our second leaf, tone on tone. All right, let's move the Cajun Craze out of the way. Let's bring in the wheatgrass. So with this one, we're going to do 2 colors. So we're going to stamp with old olive first and take our wheatgrass die, and we'll just lay that on top very gently. Bring back that block again and just apply even pressure to get that stamping. All right, there's that one. Now we have to clean our stamp because we're changing ink colors. So we'll bring in the chamois. The chamois whammy, which I could not live without. And I love that it's just water. If you don't like to spray things around in your craft room, this is just water, my friends. It will not, not that the Stampin' Mist is going to hurt you, but sometimes it's nice to know that you just need water, right? Just need water with the chamois. Okay, so we're done with the old olive. So we'll close it up so we don't put I don't put my hand in it. And then we're opening up crushed curry, and we'll ink up that stamp again. And I might as well close the ink pad because I'm done with it. And then we'll do the same little sandwich. We'll put our wheatgrass on top like that, and even pressure with the second block. There we go. We've got wheatgrass in 2 colors and 2 colors of leaves. How easy was that? Okay, we're just going to swipe these off to the side. And there's one more thing I want to do before I get started on my card base. Let's talk about these leaves. Okay, I got a full pack here. I got 3 pack. I bought a lot of these leaves because I think they're amazing. These are the woven golden leaves. So in this package of leaves, you'll get 75 leaves, okay? And there are 2 sizes. I'm going to leave that one closed. Let's look in here. I like to keep them in these clear cases, the Stampin' Click cases, because it just contains everything so nicely. So can you see on the screen, there's 2 sizes of leaves, okay? So you get 75 of these. Yes, Lorraine, tonight we have Scrapbook Club. I'm so excited about Scrapbook Club. Oh my goodness, I've got the layouts for both September and October for the ladies. I'm so excited. And I have over-prepped for September and October in anticipation of people joining us. So I have 5 kits left for tonight's class. And it is a club, so we do meet on a Zoom call, and we do the pages. I love to see what the ladies do. They get their pages and they get a colored picture, so they can actually do the layouts ahead of time if they want to, and they can join us on the Zoom. And it is such an awesome class. I have run a Scrapbook Club for years and years, and I absolutely love it. Okay, golden leaves. Let's go back to the golden leaves. Now you can leave them golden if you want to, or you can also color them. So let me share with you. I think I'm going to leave them golden for my card today, but I want to color one and show you how amazing these are when they're colored. So I'm going to need, let's see, we're going to do a big one and 2 small for my card today, but I'm going to color this small one. Let's see, I brought in some blends. What do we have here? We have dark old olive. And I'm going to do it right on the glass mat on purpose because it wipes off the glass mat. So I'm taking my blend and I'm just going over the gold leaf with my blend. And there we go. We're just getting that color on. And you're probably cringing because I'm getting it all over my glass mat, but that will wipe off. Even though it's alcohol based, I can sit here and wait for it to dry and it'll still come off, right? So there's a little bit of extra on there. Sorry for the squeaking. I'm just using a baby wipe here, and I'm going to get that right off. Look how easy that comes off the glass mat. This glass mat studio, if you don't have one yet, my friends, oh my goodness. I have been singing its praises for months and months now because it is amazing. I don't know what I did without it. Can you see the different shade? So then once that dries, it's alcohol based, so it'll dry very, very fast. You can actually add more color. You can come in and add more color, make it darker as, you know, until you get the shade that you want. So you can use your blends to color these woven leaves. Now, a little bit of a warning, when you use blends on anything that's rough, I mean, blends are definitely my favorite way to color on like white or vanilla cardstock, or even our new basic beige. But however, if you use your blends marker on ribbon, bumpy embellishments, or these woven leaves, they are definitely like a texture. I'll hold it close so you can see. There's definitely texture there. They're like a gauzy type material. So that's gonna do a number on your blend. But don't worry, when your blends run out, you've seen me last week. I think it was an old olive one. I was calling it Oscar the Grouch because it was so fuzzy, but it has tons of ink still in it. So I'm not throwing it out, right? So I hold on to my blends. I wrap a piece of something around the middle, some tape, some washi tape, something to indicate that that's not always my best choice to grab that one for coloring because it's a bit fuzzy, but I don't throw it out. And then I keep these separate from my other blends for coloring. So I hope that makes sense. So there's my old olive one. Maybe if I put it against the background up here, you can see against the white background that it is colored. And you can color these with Cajun Craze, Pumpkin Pie, all of the blends, right? All right, so we'll move these off to the side for a second. For our card base, we're going to bring in Cajun Craze, and we're going to, oops, that's the wrong piece. Okay, let's do this one. We're going to cut this at 4 1/4 down the long side. I like that. And we're going to turn it, and we're going to score at 5 1/2 with my light gray scoring tool. And there's my card base. It's going to be a side opening. My favorite way to do landscape cards is to have the spine on the side, because when you put it on a mantle, it doesn't flatten out on you. I just hit my coffee cup. Did you guys see that? I better move that out of the way. That's an accident waiting to happen, right? Okay, so we got Cajun Craze. Let's bring in the leaf, And I'm going to bring back my Cajun Craze ink pad. And we're going to do some tone-on-tone stamping on both sides over here. So we're going to take that leaf and we're just going to do a few leaves going this way. You can overlap them if you want, because in nature, leaves are, you know, they're all over the place, right? They're on the ground, they're overlapping. And you could also stamp with Mossy Meadow or Old Olive. I'm just going to stick to tone on tone and do Cajun Craze today. All right, so I've got 3 there and 4 on that side. That should be good. All right, so now what I've done is, I'm just going to put this aside. I have used this stamp right here, Grateful for You. I mean, I can think of a million people that I am grateful for, including all of you guys. This is an amazing stamp. I love the font. I love how big it is. It's going to make a great scrapbook title page, right? Title for your page. It's awesome, right? Change can be beautiful. That also could be a wonderful scrapbook title, right? If someone's going through something, maybe you have a child that, is changing, going into high school, starting university, something changing in your life, right? Change can be beautiful. And then you can scrapbook and memory keep those photos of the changes, right? Have a perfectly lovely day. I would look at this one and you could actually just stamp the perfectly lovely day. And that could be the title of a scrapbook page as well. So all of these 3 big greetings can be titles of scrapbook pages, and I can't wait to use these on a scrapbook page. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, I've already done this part, but I wanna share with you how I've done this. So this die, okay? So when I first played with this one, I was quite intrigued by it. So I showed you yesterday, you wanna refer to my video yesterday, how I did like an early espresso frame. And then I also ran it through with Very Vanilla. And then you get these frames that fit inside, and you get 2 of them, and I snipped them apart. And I'll show you the card that I made in case you missed it. So yesterday I made this card, right? So this is the early espresso outline, and then the inside is Very Vanilla. Today, what I want to show you is that you can use these frames by doing the stamping first and then putting the frame over top, right? So I got a piece of scrap black here. And what I'm going to do, in case you've never seen embossing, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to take my embossing buddy, which comes in the Embossing Essentials kit, run it over my basic black cardstock, and that gets rid of any static, any fingerprints, anything that's going to hinder your powder from sticking where it's supposed to. And then I'm using the Versamark Watermark ink pad, which is a clear ink. It looks like, wow, that's just clear. What's the point? Well, there's a lot of point to this little ink pad. This one is very powerful. You can actually stamp tone on tone with this one. So on a Cajun Craze cardstock, if you stamp with it, let me just show you that. I'll clean up this leaf and get the Cajun Craze ink off of it and make sure it's clean, because any residual ink will go into your Versamark pad, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to ink up your Versamark pad. Okay, so let's do this on the back. Or do I have a scrap piece? Do I have a scrap piece? Yes. It's okay. I'm going to do one on the back. Let's do it on the back. Okay, so I'm going to take my leaf, stamp it in Versamark, and I'm going to stamp a leaf right back here. And I'll show you close up. Can you see that? It's tone on tone. That's what Versamark looks like. So on any color of cardstock, you're going to get a darker shade of the same color of cardstock. So there's the front with Cajun Craze on Cajun Craze, and then the back you're getting a lighter, subtle leaf. And then another step that you can take is put clear embossing powder over it and make it look shiny. So that's another one. So what I've done is I've taken my embossing buddy, run it over my black cardstock. I'm going to stamp Grateful for You, and I've got it here on my block. I'm going to ink it up from the top because it's quite a big greeting. And we're going to stamp on this basic black cardstock. Okay, like that. And let me show you what that looks like. Can you see it? In the light, you can see it. So you could leave that like that if you wanted a nice subtle greeting in the background. Or you can bring in your embossing tray, which comes in the Embossing Essentials kit. And I'm going to use gold embossing powder. And I'm going to just pour it right over top of the greeting and then tap it off into the tray. Look at that. Perfectly stamped greeting with the powder only where it's supposed to be, which is where the ink is. So if I hold it close, you can see it looks like sand. It's like a dry, kind of dull look, right? And that is how it's supposed to look until we perform the magic with the heat tool. So we're going to tap that back into the canister. And you'll also get in the Essentials kit, you're going to get this awesome little brush for helping you funnel all of that embossing powder back into the canister. And you can also use this little brush for if you get any residual embossing powder on the edges. Sometimes it happens and you don't want it there. You want to take this opportunity to like just clean it up a little bit, because once the heat tool goes on it, that's it. It's done, right? You're going to get a beautifully gold embossed image, and the heat will it's going to melt the granules of the embossing powder. So at this point, you want to make sure that your greeting is good. Now you could, if you like to do bulk stamping, like for example, for Christmas or whatever, if you're making 50 Christmas cards, I like to do little batches. So I'll do 10 of these, lay them on my desk, then turn on my heat tool and just heat them all up at once. That's what I like to do. Okay, so we're going to bring in the heat tool, and I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to turn it on the highest setting. Okay, so I'm going to hold this in my hand. It's quite a big piece of cardstock that I have here, but we do have in the Essentials pack the tweezers that you can use to hold on to your piece. Now, where are mine? Oh, here they are. Okay, so this comes in the Essentials pack too. They're reverse tweezers, so you can do this. You can hold on to your cardstock with those so you don't burn your fingers. All right, so there we go. My fingers are away from the heat tool. So here we go. We're going to turn this on. And you can see the magic when it starts to melt. There it goes. Oh my gosh. It's like magic. Oh, this is the thing that made me fall in love with stamping. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Turn off my heat tool. Wow. See that? It just literally came to life right in front of my eyes, and your eyes too. This... Honestly, when I saw this, I'm sure my jaw was on the floor at my first class. Now, as soon as the cardstock cools down, you can run your finger over it. And remember those granules that were there? They're gone. They're not gone. They are now heated up and they are embossed. And you can feel the bumpy, raised up greeting. It is, I never, ever lose my love for embossing. The metallics are especially impactful, right? You can do silver, gold, copper. You need all of them, and they last forever because you put your extra powder back into your canister. Okay, so there's that. Anybody else a fan? Was this your first love? This was my first love. I just want to see. I'm just checking your comments here. Give me some love. Let me know if this is something that wowed you. Okay. So let's go back to the die. So this die has 2 different sizes, and sometimes I'm like, my eyes are like, which one's the bigger one? It is this one at the top. So if you're ever wondering, if you buy this set, which I'm sure you're going to because it's epic, it's awesome, you're cut yourself a little template. So we have a big one and a small one. Okay, so this one up here is the big one. I'm just going to lay it where it belongs. And then this one down here is the smaller one. Can you see the difference? Okay. So that's just my little cheat sheet. So this is my big one. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, I'm going to put it over my die like this, over my stamped image like that. And we're going to cut that out. Okay. But by the magic of camera, I've already got one done for you. And here it is. I went ahead and did this one while I was drinking my coffee this morning. So I've got that done. And let's see. We're going to put this together now. So let's bring back my card base, which is my Cajun Craze. And then we're going to put this in front like that. Love the gold. we're going to bring in my leaves, my gold leaves. Now, you could use colored leaves. Oh, I got a little bit of water or something on my card. That's okay. So that's my old olive one. And there's my gold one. You can see the difference in the shade. But I think for my card, I'm going to do a single gold one up here. And then I'm going to add another one down here. And those pieces that I stamped at the beginning of the video, we're going to bring those. Yeah, we'll do 2 leaves because I still got to arrange these ones. So what I like to do is take my die cut and bring in my tear and tape. Tear and tape is an awesome adhesive when you're going to be sticking things and rearranging them and making them the way you want them. This is my adhesive of choice when I want to just kind of move things around. So we're going to put some tear and tape on both ends of this die. Burnish it. You can burnish it with your thumb or take your pick tool, but then you want to use your I like to use my take your pick tool to lift up that backing, that wax papery backing. Okay, and then we'll put our other piece down here, burnish and lift. Okay, so now we've got that exposed. It's super sticky. And now you can just arrange your leaves. And if you want to, you could also take your leaves and you can like fold them in half and crease them and make them 3-dimensional. So I'm going to put this gold leaf coming out on that side. And we'll put this one coming out down here like that. And then we're going to put the wheatgrass. Let's put, and see how, okay, so I'm going to tuck that one underneath there like that. And we're going to put the old olive one like so, like that. And then I'm going to tuck one of these in. You can lift up and tuck in. Love being able to do that. Now, if I was using liquid glue, I'd have a huge mess going on here. But you can actually rearrange these, pull them off, and rearrange them until you're happy with them. And don't forget, you do have your silicone mat too. Hopefully you have a silicone mat. And then you can just lay that down. And then we're going to put another one right here on top. Look at that. How beautiful is that? It's just totally coming together. But that gold is just so, I don't know what the word is, regal, something. It's just beautiful. I love it. Okay, so I'm getting my glue started up here. There we go. We're going to put a little bit of glue right there, because that leaf is going to sit on top. Okay, so that one's going to go right there. And let's flip it over. And you can add more glue if you want to, but I'm going to actually use my dimensionals to make sure all of this stays put. So we're going to put our dimensionals on the edges of those dies here and the leaf, the gold leaf. And we'll put one down here and maybe another one right there. And for good measure, let's put one in the middle. Okay, so there's my dimensionals. Let's just pull all the backings off so we're ready when we go to put this on. And I have one more little tiny thing I want to do. So it says grateful for you. Let's add the greeting that says, dear friend, you're grateful for them. So we're going to put this right in the middle, right over top of those leaves that I stamped on the background. Like that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so then you could add more leaves if you wanted to, like from the stamping in the background. It's totally up to you. I'm loving how this is looking, so I'm going to leave it like that. But let's grab a piece of scrap white cardstock. We only need a little tiny sliver because I'm going to stamp the stamp that says dear friend. So I'm bringing that in, and that's from the stamp set. Let me show you what that looks like from the stamp set here. So I'm using grateful for you, dear friend, right? So we've got some scrap white, and I'm going to stamp with Memento. Okay. So let's tap, tap, tap on here, and I'll stamp up here close to the top. Okay, no, that one didn't work. Flip it over, try again, or stamp on a different area. Okay, I'm bringing my trimmer because I want this to be a really small, I don't want it to overtake my card. So I'm just going to trim this, and we're going to try again. That's what I love about stamping. You know, there's no mistakes, just opportunities to embellish, as we like to say. And you can always start over, right? So let's go ahead and just stamp straight down, even pressure, no rocking, straight down and straight up. There we go. Okay, so let's bring the trimmer back. And I mean, this you want to do at home with your trimmer because I want a tiny piece of cardstock, right? I just want it to be, I'm just even going to trim off a little bit more here. I want it to be about 1/4 of an inch, right? So let's put that at the 1/4 inch mark and we'll trim, yeah, like that, okay? And then I'm just going to trim it on both ends with my scissors. So when you get your kits from me, you're going to get scrap white. I won't cut it to be 1/4 of an inch. I wouldn't do that to you. I love you too much to do that. It would be so hard if I gave you this little teeny tiny 1/4 inch piece of cardstock and said, there you go, stamp on that straight. So I'll give you a scrap piece of cardstock and you can just do like I just did here. When you rewatch the video, you'll see how easy it is to do a little piece like that. So easy, right? Okay, so we're going to attach that to the leaf in front. It just kind of blends it all together. It balances out the card. I absolutely love this card. I'm casing it from the catalog. The catalog is such a fantastic resource when you are, you know, a little short on your mojo and you need a little bit of inspiration. Open up the catalog and see what the concept artists have done. Oh my goodness, look at that. And those leaves are your embellishments and the gold embossing. So beautiful. I mean, you could whip up a whole bunch of these in no time for Thanksgiving. In Canada, our Thanksgiving is earlier. It's in October. And, you know, early October. So you could get these in the mail in no time. And even my American friends, you can get these, you know, you can get the stamp set and be able to make your Thanksgiving cards for November, right? So grateful for you, friend. And then on the inside, you could put, may the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy. I love that. You could stamp, have a perfectly lovely day. I wonder if that fits. I don't think I've stamped that one yet. Let me grab my take your pick tool and get underneath here. Like I was showing you yesterday, you want to make sure you take your time pulling your stamps off because sometimes they want to come apart. If you're not particularly gentle, they can, you can, like it's so sticky. They make the cling so sticky so that it does not fall off the block, right? But you want to make sure that you are being gentle getting it off of your case because sometimes it sticks really, really well. Okay, so we're going to stamp with, let's do basic black. Let's tie the black in because we got a little bit of black happening on the front here. And we'll stamp our inside greeting with memento. Oh my gosh, I love it. And then you can pull in some of your coordinating images. Let's do that leaf again, right there. All right, so there we go. We're just gonna leave it like that. You could bring in a blender pen, and a blender pen does not have ink on it. So it shouldn't have ink on it. This one, because it does stain. Look, mine looks pink. Let me grab a scrap piece of cardstock and make sure that it is clean. Here, I got a piece of vanilla. Yeah, so there's nothing on this blender pen. But once I go to my leaf and I touch the edges, I'm picking up a little bit of that Cajun craze and I'm blending it into the leaf. I don't know if you can see it. It's very subtle. But you can pick up that watermarked ink from the edges and just add like a very soft, subtle Cajun craze color to your leaves. Look at that. And the more you touch that ink, the more you're going to blend it in. So I don't know if you can see that, but I'll hold it a little bit closer. Can you see that little slight shading? I love it. Okay, so there's the inside of my card. Have a perfectly lovely day. And that is my wish for you, my friends. Thank you so much. I'm just going to glue this in and call it a very, very beautiful card. I love it. Can't get enough of these amazing greetings. And that frame is absolutely epic, right? So fun. All right, let me just flip you around. Sorry, I don't want to make you dizzy. This was so fun. I loved making this card. So I didn't share with you when I had the screen flipped, but I found this card from the catalog right here. This is the one. I cased it. I cased it from the catalog. CASE is an acronym called that stands for copy and share everything. And Stampin' Up! Encourages us. They do. They're like, use the catalog as your inspiration. This is our eye candy here. So use the eye candy and make your cards accordingly, right? So I hope you enjoyed this one. Look how that gold embossing powder just like lights up. It just attracts the light. I love it. All right. I see your love. I see your hearts and your thumbs up. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on Wednesday. Tomorrow's going to be September 25th already. I'll see you tomorrow for another fun card using the Autumn Expressions bundle. Take care and happy stamping. Bye-bye.